What's up, everybody? Matt Gajewski here, back again with the Awesemo channel, and we have a stream brought to you by our friends at PrizePicks. We are going to be talking college football Thursday and Friday, showing you some of the features that PrizePicks has to offer and some props that are a little bit exploitable ahead of those games. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. And without further ado, we're going to give you 4 props, 1 from Thursday, 3 from Friday, and let's get right into it. Looking to the Thursday game, we have a hot matchup between Marshall and Appalachian State. And first thing I want to highlight here is Marshall quarterback Grant Wells, projected for 289.5 passing yards. This game does have a healthy total. It's sitting at 60 with Appalachian State favored by a touchdown. So it looks like Marshall will have to throw in this game. However, with Grant Wells, you are looking at a situation where you can short this prop and look towards the under. Overall, Marshall is passing way above expectation this year compared to last year. Right now, they are hitting a 53% pass rate. Last year, they were down at 44%. They also have not played an opponent of consequence yet. They destroyed Navy, they destroyed North Carolina Central, and then they played East Carolina to a shootout. This is going to be a game where you get Grant Wells in his toughest spot of the year, facing a strong Appalachian State defense that actually handled Miami's De'Aaron King. Grant Wells, even last year, only eclipsed this prop twice. And he has all 3 games this year. But again, we're talking level of competition. It hasn't been there. Last year, he only went over 289 yards twice in a full season. So we're looking at the under on the Grant Wells passing prop. And heading over to Friday, there's a couple of very interesting situations as well. Sam Hartman of Wake Forest is the first one I want to highlight, taking on Virginia. This is a game that has a massive total overall, and we've seen Virginia in a slew of shootouts to start the year. Looking first and foremost, Wake Forest is implied for 31 points, and they're a team that has passed way below expectation. That's because they faced Old Dominion, Norfolk State, and Florida State to start the year. 3 easy wins for them. That puts them at a 39.5% pass rate, which is down 9% from last year, where they passed at the 54th highest rate in the country. They're a very up-tempo offense as well, with 6th in plays per game. So this is a team that's very receptive to game scripts, and they're a team that is going to rattle off a lot of plays and a lot of pass plays when they're trailing in games. This is a tight spread. It's within a touchdown, and the total here is sitting around 70 points. So we're expecting a lot of ball movement from both teams. Sam Hartman is a player that we've seen underperform this year based on the game script he's played in 3 gimme wins, but that does not project to be the case here against Virginia. Looking at the over on Sam Hartman, 258.5 passing yards. From here, we'll head to some rushing props, and we're going to stick with the Friday games. One in particular is Malik Willis of Liberty facing Syracuse, one of the few Power 5 teams that Liberty is going to face this year. His prop is at 79.5 rushing yards. And we are going to look at the over here with Malik Willis. He is one of the most dynamic rushers in the entire country, finished with 944 rushing yards last year. And this year, he's been up and down a little bit against some of these teams. He finished with 93 yards in week 2, which was against Troy, very competitive game. Last week, he goes for 77 yards on 9 carries against Old Dominion. The difference is we have a tight projected spread here, and normally they're just going to take Malik Willis and take their foot off the gas in these games that aren't competitive. That's why you saw 5 carries against Campbell, 9 carries against Old Dominion. However, we saw 20 against Troy, and even looking back to last year, he went 21 for 137 against Coastal Carolina, 15 for 44 against North Carolina State. The efficiency wasn't there, but the carries were. And he was over this prop, which is 79.5 rushing yards on 7 occasions last year. Malik Willis, one of the most dynamic rushers in all of college football. In competitive games, they will use him as their feature back, so looking over this total. And to close this out, we will go to the receiving props, and we are going to hit the other side of that Wake Forest game where we can take a look at Virginia. We have 2 available props in Dontavian Wicks and Billy Kemp. And we're going to highlight Billy Kemp towards the over here at 72.5 receiving yards. This is a situation where PrizePicks has the quarterback projected well above 300 yards passing, but that's not reflected in the pass catchers. Billy Kemp, he's a holdover from last year and somebody who's extremely involved in the offense. None of these guys have an elite target share, but Billy Kemp does lead the team with 23 targets, and he ranks 2nd in receiving yards at 216. You have Dontavian Wicks, the target leader, is actually at 21. So Billy Kemp does have an edge here on Dontavian Wicks. Both are big play potential guys. And again, this game just has an immense total with Virginia on the side that is projected to win their team total north of 35 points. So going to look at Billy Kemp to pair him potentially with Brennan Armstrong, but the more value is going to come on the Billy Kemp side. But that will do it for us today. Thank you guys for watching, and thank our friends over at PrizePicks for putting this together. Make sure you check them out before we head out. Let me know your favorite play on PrizePicks in the comment section. Otherwise, I'm Matt Gajewski. You can find me on Twitter at Matt_Gajewski. We will see you again next time.